there's something you want to do, regardless of whether it's optics or not, just do it. Just honestly, just go for it. And if it doesn't work out the first time, if you get kicked down, you just get back up and you just try it again. Hi guys, today I wanted to make a video that was only requested last week, and I thought I'd just get on top of stuff because usually I'm quite unorganized. So I was asked about buying my own business. To be honest, this was asked ages ago, and then it was asked again last week. So I thought I just need to like get on with it and just make this video. Hopefully it will inspire people to go for their goals, go for their ambitions, go for their dreams and all that good stuff. When I was 16, I did some work experience at Specsavers Opticians. I was basically then inspired from that moment to become an optometrist and to have my own business. So the ambition didn't just start 3 years ago. The ambition started when I first decided that I wanted to be an optometrist. My parents and my uncles and aunts and a lot of people in my family run their own business, so it just kind of seemed like the natural thing to do. I went to university, I did my degree, and the first thing I wanted to focus on is just being a good optometrist and being really good at my job and being really good with people, making people feel comfortable, and that was the main part of what I wanted to be good at as well. So it's not just about running a business, you have to have people skills and you have to make people feel comfortable, you have to tell people bad news sometimes, and you have to be good at all that kind of stuff. And whether I am or not, I don't know, my patients will tell you that or not, but that's kind of what my main focus was at the beginning. So when I qualified, I then decided that just being a qualified optician wasn't really enough for me. I needed a little bit more responsibility. So I took a year just to test as normal, and then after a year of testing, I said to my store director, look, I want some more responsibility, can you give me some other stuff to do? So then I became the senior optometrist where I was working, which means I was doing meetings with other optometrists, helping with performance of other optometrists, and kind of working on my own performances as well in the team, and also doing training sessions for like new members of staff, doing training sessions on the team, and just giving kind of my overall feedback to make the team kind of work better. I then decided at that point that I wanted to take on my own pre-reg, because at that time I'd been qualified about 3 years. Just before I got qualified 3 years, I was like, right, now it's time to do something else. So senior optom under my belt, that's great. But now I need to do something else because I'm getting a bit bored. And that's the issue with me. I would get bored if I didn't have something else to do. So spoke to my director and said to her, look, how do you feel about me taking on a pre-reg? And she was all for it because it meant that there was another optometrist coming in through the ranks, and it was something that then she didn't have the responsibility of kind of getting them through and training them. So I interviewed a couple of students and then kind of found the one that I wanted to work with, and it was great and she was great. And then it was like a few months before she was about to start, an opportunity came up for me to go and manage another store. So I was going to be the resident optometrist, but I was also going to be the store manager, which meant I had to deal with complaints, staff issues, recruitment, hiring, firing, training, performance things, and basically running an entire business as well. I had a couple of days to think about it, spoke to my parents about it, thought, okay, well, this is a good way of getting more money, and this is good for experience, and then that way, by the end of that, I will know if I'm ready to run my own business, or at least know if it's going to be a reality or not. Because if I couldn't manage somebody else's business, there was no way that I was going to run my own business and I just fall flat on my face and it would be really embarrassing. So I use this as an opportunity to then like see and think about it as my own business, and to kind of push it and try and grow it and maximize the profits and reduce the costs and just do whatever I could do to make the store run amazingly. I ended up being there for 3.5 years because I enjoyed it so much and I loved the team and it was fantastic. There's probably a team of like 8 or 9 people, so it wasn't a massive store, but it was definitely being thrown into the deep end. From just being an optometrist and just being part of the team to running somebody's business was quite scary, but I absolutely loved it. And it was one of those things that you couldn't really get bored of because there was just different challenges every day, and I was absolutely loving it. And I thought, do you know what? If I can help grow somebody else's business, and if I can help make a difference in somebody else's business, what is stopping me doing this with my own business? So that gave me the motivation to then do the course to then get my own business. And so what happens with Specsavers is you do a course called Pathway. It takes about 6 months to pass, and it involves a maths exam, a project, a presentation, telephone interview, face-to-face interview, and a role play like assessment situation. So it's quite intense. They give you quite a lot of training, they give you a lot of support. You can talk to your tutors like in between as well. And I just met some really amazing people trying to do the course, and all their ambitions were slightly different. Some people wanted stores abroad, some people wanted multiple stores. I always knew which store I wanted, and actually it was a store that I had started at originally, which was near my house. And so I was managing this smaller store, doing the course at the same time. And I said to my store director at that time, I just want to know if I'm ready. Like, I just want somebody at head office to tell me whether I'm ready or not, or whether I've got a long way to go yet. And I think if I do the course and I pass, it will just give me that confidence to know that I can actually do it. And if they say I'm not ready, then I'll stay here for a bit longer. I'll build up my management skills and I'll kind of reapply for it again. Luckily I got through and I really enjoyed the course. I kind of like enjoyed the whole studying aspect of it again, which was quite scary, going back to whole doing exams and having a role play and presentations. That was all quite scary, but I did enjoy it, to be honest, because again, it gave me something to do. It was a bit more of a challenge, and I did my project within the store that I was working in. And then what happened was my store director was actually the director of 2 stores. So she was the director of the store that I was originally at, and she was the director of the store that I was managing. And she said, in about a year, I'm going to leave and I need somebody to buy the big store from me. And the small store that I was working in had about 8 people, and the large store that she wanted to sell had about 40 people. So it was about 40 members of staff, and that was the one that was 5 minutes from my house. So I was like, right, I'd be stupid to say no to this opportunity. Obviously, managing a small store that is not mine and owning a bigger store that is mine is very life-changing. But I bought the store about 2.5 years ago. I am enjoying it more than I ever thought I would enjoy it. The challenges is like never-ending challenges every day of staff and recruitment and angry customers and happy customers and competition across the road and just all sorts of stuff, which makes me really excited. And yeah, running your own business is like a never-ending challenge. In terms of financially, I did get help from family, and I had got some savings. I sold the flat that I had in London in order to buy my store, and I'm very lucky that that just happened at the right time. I don't regret it. I'm loving it. I just feel really passionate about my business. I feel really passionate about the field that I'm in. I feel very passionate about looking after people every single day of the rest of my life. And yeah, I just think if there's something you want to do out there, then work your way up to it. If you are lucky enough like me to know what you want to do, you've got plenty of time to plan it out. If you are not lucky enough to know what you want to do, start thinking about it now. It's never too late to own your own business. It's never too late to see how far you can go. And with Specsavers, they have an audiology program as well. So you can start as just working in store as an optical assistant. You can move to the hair care business. You can become a hair care assistant. You can go on to becoming a hearing aid dispenser, which is an HAD, and then you can go on to owning your own business as well. So there's just lots of things you can do within Specsavers. This isn't a like big up Specsavers thing, because I know a lot of people won't agree with this, but this is all about owning your own business and aspiring and being inspired to kind of go the whole hog. So if there's something you want to do, regardless of whether it's optics or not, just do it. Just honestly, just go for it. And if it doesn't work out the first time, if you get kicked down, you just get back up and you just try it again. At the end of the day, you need to fight for what you want to do, because when you get there in the end, it's much more satisfying. It's like more satisfying than you could ever imagine. I didn't think at the age of 31 I'd have my own business of like 40 staff, and I'm loving it. I'm really enjoying it. I have an amazing team. I have an amazing management support, and I'm just absolutely loving everything. So I hope this inspired some people to kind of go and do what they want to do. And if you have any more questions, then you can always inbox me. You can email me at me_Trisha60@hotmail.com. You can Instagram me. You can write comments underneath this video, and I will answer as many questions as I can. You can also ask me more questions about future videos if you want to see stuff like this. People like story times. I don't really classify this as a story time, but it is kind of a story time because it's kind of how I got where I got. If you want to see more videos like this, hit the notification bell underneath, and I will see you guys in the next video. Love you lots. See you soon.